Hey everybody, I'm Sean. Welcome to another episode of Angling Spiders. Welcome back everybody. On today's episode, I am super excited to be out at a lake that I haven't been to for the open water season yet this year. This is Crawling Valley. If you watch the channel, you know it's one of my favorite locations. I just haven't had a chance to get here this year, so I'm looking forward to getting out. Unfortunately, it's a windy day out right at the moment, and I think it's only going to get windier, so that's going to be a bit of a challenge. I'm going to have to watch that today. But beyond that, the water is clear, it's a great temperature, and the breeze will actually keep the bugs away, so I think it's going to be okay from that standpoint. It's just how long I can stand paddling against the wind. So let's just get right to it and hopefully get on some fish. All right, so what I'm doing here, as I said, just to start this morning, is I'm trolling, and that's because I'm trying to get as far north as I can get, because that's the direction the wind is coming from. So I'm going to paddle while I have the energy this morning against the wind and get as far up as I can, knowing that the wind is supposed to pick up a little bit later in the day, and it'll make it even harder to paddle this way. So there we go, there's a fish while I'm trolling. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to troll my way up there, and the hope here is, as I'm doing that, I can pick up a few fish along the way. And there it is. What I'm going to do when I get to the other end is I'm going to cast in some bays up north. Oh, look at that drag go. Maybe this one isn't as small as I thought. I love seeing that drag go. Look at that. Oh yeah, beautiful. Yeah, no, this is a nice fish. This is a nice fish. Barely hooked again. I'm gonna touch the leader as a catch. There it is. There we go. Long and thin. All right, look at the wind is just blowing me as I'm trying to handle this fish. So I'm gonna get it unhooked. Barely hooked, as I said. There it is. Let's do the release right here. Get that one going. I might be able to do some underwater releases today with the water clarity, but just not right now. Maybe if I get into a sheltered bay. All right, so the trolling's working. Let's get back to it. All right, so as you can see, I'm currently in a little bay and it's sheltered. And so the water is a lot calmer, and these islands in front of me are busting the wind. These little areas are a godsend for a kayak because you can actually get a break from the grind of paddling. And so I've probably been paddling now for about 20 to 25 straight minutes. So it's a good place to take a break and cast. The shallow bays also, nicely enough, are areas that hold pike in the weed beds that are in these shallow bays. So I'm going to take a break here for a while, and I'm going to cast. I'm about halfway to where I want to get to up the lake. So I've got a ways to paddle yet, but this provides me with a perfect opportunity to take a break. And you can see the cabbage here, the weeds just under the water, perfect pike habitat. The biggest challenge is just keeping your hook out of those weeds, but if you can skirt your lure just on the top of those, I can guarantee you there's some pike holding in here. So we'll see if we can trick some of them out. All right, you got one. It's just casting towards this beaver dam in front of me, and I pulled one out of there. That's a nice run. Love that. Smooth drag. Oh, there it is. Came up to the surface for a second. That's not a bad one. Yeah, that's not a bad fish at all. Oh, and he took that hook. He was not getting off. There we go. That's a good 5 pounds. That's a healthy fish. Well, I seem to have angered the birds. So I'm going to get away from this island. Not because I'm afraid of the birds, but I really don't want them to deposit something on me. All right, we got another one. Feels like a pike. I have finally reached my destination here. And there it is. And so I was just doing a little back and forth trolling in a bay here, and I picked up the bite. This will be fish number 4 if I can land it. I switched over to my catching big crankbaits because I was in a little bit deeper water. That's how I picked up that fish. There we go. Another nice one, about 27 I'd say. I'll get that guy released. All right, we got another one. Feels like another decent one. There we go. Beautiful fish. Oh, and it swallowed that hook. It's not getting off. He bit me. Jumped up and bit me. All right, you guys, there it is. Got the hook off. Another nice fish. This one jumped up and bit me when I was trying to land it there, and you can see through my glove, I'm bleeding a little bit. These little teeth right here, he just grabbed a hold of me in the glove and got me, but that's all right. It's okay. I'll check in a minute, but I'm just gonna do the release here and stay on them because there are fish all over in here. All right, everybody, here's another tip. I just opened this up and he got me pretty good. He sliced me pretty deep with his teeth. I hope you all have one of these when you're out, is make sure you've got a first aid kit. I never go out anywhere without this thing. It's got some tape, some band-aids, some bigger bandages. Just never know what you're gonna need. And right now I have got to get this thing covered up because it's gonna keep bleeding. And so make sure you've got some medical stuff, especially since I got bit. I just want to swab this a little. That stings. Yeah, that stings a lot, but now I can get the band-aid on it and we can get back to fishing. All right, so I got myself bandaged up, and I mentioned that I got blood on my gloves, and that got me thinking. Sometimes people ask me why I wear these gloves in the first place. This is not to be fashionable or to protect my hands, although it does do that a little bit. This is for sun. These little fishing gloves are great for sun protection. It's the same reason why I'm wearing this sun shirt with the hood, is because I don't have to wear as much sunscreen when I have my full shirt and my gloves on. That's why I wear the gloves, not because I'm trying to start some kind of crazy fashion trend. All right, let's get back to fishing. All right, so here's one of the benefits of a kayak for those of you that have never tried kayak fishing. I was just paddling by and I saw this little mouth of this inlet here, and there's just a little area right behind it. I don't know how deep it is, but this is one of those areas where if the fish go in there and it's relatively shallow, they might get in there and get stuck. And so the benefit of a kayak is, if this is shallow or narrow, and it is, I mean, I'm getting into two, three feet of water here, I can get in here and other boats can't. So there's quite a bit of weed growth here. You probably wouldn't want to come through here in your boat because you might get your prop full of weeds. And yeah, we're down to, oh, look at this. We're down to a foot of water. There's no way you're getting in here with a boat. At least not a bigger boat. So I'm gonna go in here and I'm gonna toss it around a little bit just to see if there's anything in here. I might even see a pike sitting in the shallows because the water's so clear. Toss a couple of lures and see if there's anything back here. Look at that. It's opening up into an even bigger area. So it's entirely possible I could find some fish back here. All right, I knew it. I knew it. There's the entrance to this little back bay right in front of me here. And right in the middle of this area where it's a little bit deeper, I hammered one. Look at that. I knew it. Oh, I love it when a plan comes together. Oh, if I can catch this, would be number 9 for the day. There it is. My 9th fish. I'm headed back to the van. Found this little sheltered bay from the wind. Oh man, no one else can get back in here. Love it. There we go, nice pike, actually bigger than I thought would be back in here. Let's get this one released and then I'm gonna head back to the vehicle, probably have some lunch and call it a day. But 9 fish in the morning, nothing wrong with that. All right, that's gonna do it for this one, everybody. 9 fish in the morning. And I was hoping to get that double digits just as I was coming into the van here, but caught a couple and lost them, so I didn't get them. But never gonna complain when I catch 9 fish. And that's just in the morning. I'm actually gonna keep fishing. That'll be in the next episode. I'm gonna do something a little bit different. So that'll be the same day, but you can look forward to that next week. And for this one, I'm gonna close it out here. As always, if you liked the video, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and until next time, good fishing.